Okay, so continuing with the previous video, I'm gonna show you, I have the first dried out, remember, and then while we're doing the video, I'll show you some of this. Then I kept working in certain areas and trying different things and finding out, where was the marker too strong, and in the shadows, I think there was too much. So what I did with, using this as just dried out for different things, I did select a few finishes, in this case for the floor, and what I did in between was I softened up the shadows with the color less marker, and I also using the T-square and putting, taping the page to the board, I did the lines, some of the lines, all of the lines on the floor with this color, and I've been doing some of the grain and the shady parts with this color, really sharp. And so just in that certain areas, remember you can always go back and add, but you can erase it. So in any case, I also picked a few of the textures. Remember, we are incorporating now texture, and I'm gonna use probably this one on the side of the couch. And at this point, probably I will start to do it on the marker paper at the same time. So I will tape a clean copy with the marker paper. And what I will do here, I will certainly tape the paper to the copy of the drawing. You can, if you want to, you can just slightly mark with pencil, but if you can see through, and it's not so difficult once you get it out of the board, and if you can see through, you can just start rendering, okay? So anyway, let me show you as fast as I can some of the places where I, did the rendering. And what I'm gonna show you is how I did a little bit of the glass and some of the chairs, and how they immediately become, so I use three-dimensional. I use a little bit of pencils and pastels just to highlight some things. So let me put this here. And what I did first, I apply in an angle, okay, 45 degrees. I apply some of the white one. Just make it so soften up, And this is a little easier on the marker paper. Then after that, what I did, I just, in the same 45-degree angle, I just recreated some of the reflection. I'm just assuming the reflection. So there will be no doubt that this is, some glass. Try not to get so symmetrical. And then the other thing you can do at the end, you can add some of the jelly, okay? If you want to soften one of these ones, you can do it there, okay? Now, before I forget, remember the light is coming from this direction, from this window inside, like in this case like this, okay, from the sun in the window. So the reflections, the wider parts are going to be pretty much in here where the shade will be on the opposite side, okay? So I will retouch that later, and I want to show you also what I did with the chairs. And I have some of my pastels here, and I just, mix a little bit of the pastels. I already have them, I'm just gonna add, in certain places, a little bit of that, soften. Then after that, I can, because the light is coming this way, so kind of here I'm gonna cast a little darker. Maybe around here I'm gonna be a little darker. Over here I'm gonna be a little darker. Remember, we're not gonna consider this windows, otherwise it gets too complicated. As long as it's looking three-dimensional, I think that's the only important part about it. And maybe here because of the, you know, the table. Now, if after that you want to soften up a little bit more, remember we splashed the colors around the space in different quantities, but we almost put the same color anywhere. We put a little bit of the same colors everywhere. And I can probably light up. So if this is going to be dark, then this one is going to be a little bit darker. Okay, and if this here, I can just highlight a little bit. Now the other thing that I kept forgetting is are the doors. Let me brown the doors, otherwise these tend to get lost. And remember, this is just a try it out. I should be by now, as I said, be doing it probably at the same time, trying something here, how it's working, and then at the same time I'm doing immediately on my clean copy. So if you can see immediately the chairs on the table are becoming more three-dimensional. Let me put the white in there, and this is just so you know this is glass, okay? The white sometimes doesn't pick on top of the pastels. Now the sun is gone again. But anyway, this is, you know, how the chair could be kind of make it more. I'm just going to put the focus right now on this part, all right? So let me hurry up. I'm going to probably just, let me see, I can do the chairs and I can do the couch. So I'm just gonna put the texture there. Supposed to be the texture from the fabric, you know, on the couch. So I'll pick a very similar color, maybe just a little bit darker, and let's see what happens. And remember, the light is coming from here, so the part of the shade is gonna be this side. Okay, it's gonna be some over here. I don't think the design is showing too much. It might have been a little bit too big. And on the right, on the white part, you can barely see it. Let me just go a little dark, it might help. I'll move it so you can see some sort of a texture. Now you can see it a little bit better. And the sun is also coming out. I'm gonna go a little darker here, okay? And a little bit of that, maybe a little bit there. Just so the corner comes, you know, comes alive. Then I can do the same with the other one. And in this case, it will be all concentrated here, wouldn't it? Because of the back part. Move a little closer to the. I'm just going to leave a little white in the middle. I can come back with a little pastel and soften up. All right. So now I'm just going to color. Very careful, not color everything. You're still thinking the light is coming from the window. Soft and soft. And then with this one, because it's coming, maybe you're gonna have a little part here and here. So this way, you pretty much start making something that is actually really flat, a little bit more three-dimensional. Okay, and there you go. Let me just clean up a little bit of that, a little bit of there. Okay, and in this case I would say it's the same. So I have white, the kind of yellow, and then the brown. Okay, I think pretty much that's the second video.